I know a lot of people get bored very easily when it comes to their workout, or maybe eating the same foods every day when it comes to following, say, a strict diet. Like, for example, I had a personal training client come to me a few years ago. And whenever someone who comes to me, I do a pretty intense evaluation. I ask them a lot of questions. And one of the first things she said to me was that, Mike, I've been divorced twice. And the reason why I left both these men is because I got very bored with them. I get bored very easily. So if you want me to do the same exercises day in and day out, I'm not going to do it. If you want me to eat the same foods every single day, I'm also not going to do it. And I know a lot of people may not be as extreme as her, but I do understand that people do get bored easily eating the same foods and doing the same exercises. So in this video, let's go over a program that you can follow where you can do something different just about every single day when it comes to diet, when it comes to a workout, to get the results you want. And so, for example, this is what I decided to do with this woman. Since I knew she got bored easily with exercise, I obviously didn't want her working out for long periods of time, but I knew she would get bored. Now, pretty much people come to my gym for either 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or 60 minutes. So we decided to go with 30-minute workouts, and that's what I recommend for you. Don't work out too long if you get bored with exercise. I would say a maximum of 30 minutes is all you need, and even a 10-minute workout, you can get a lot done. But she decided to come to my gym 3 days a week for 30 minutes. And I wanted to break up the workout into 3 different components to make it less boring for her, and also just to create a response to get her the results that she wanted. So for example, 10 minutes out of the 30 minutes, we're going to be focusing on high intensity cardio type training to make her heart stronger, to increase her 𝑉O2 max, to get her in amazing aerobic shape. The second part of the workout, we started doing more resistance type training to increase her muscle mass, to increase her flexibility, to keep her bones strong, to prevent the osteoporosis down the road. And the third thing I wanted to do was to work on her flexibility and do a little bit of mobility movement. So for example, when she would come to my gym, first we would do, say, 10 minutes on a high intensity type training. I would put her on, say, the elliptical, warm her up for 2 minutes, do 1 minute high intensity, 1 minute easy, did that maybe 3 or 4 times, cool down for 2 minutes, she was done. That's a high intensity workout. And I have different pieces of aerobic equipment in my gym, so every time she came, we would vary the piece of equipment. One day she would do the elliptical, the next time she would do the Stairmaster. The third time we might just do calisthenics, like maybe jumping jacks. She'd jumping jack for a minute, rest for a minute. The 5th time she came to the gym, I may have her jump rope for a minute, rest for a minute, high intensity cardio. And that's what I recommend you do at home if you get bored with exercise easily. Come up with a number of different things that you can do to do that high intensity training. Whether it's maybe just a little walk sprint routine, whether it's, like I'm saying, whether it's jumping rope, whether it's jumping jacks, whether it's doing calisthenic type movements, maybe a lunging drill, a lunging sequence. Mix it up, but try to spend 10 minutes or so increasing your cardiovascular strength. The second thing when it came to resistance training that was so easy, because there's just hundreds if not thousands of exercises you can do for resistance training. So I basically just changed the workout every single time. And for example, we tried to emphasize different parts of her body each time she came to the gym. So for example, on a Monday, day 1, maybe we'd just do upper body. Day 2 on Wednesday, we would do lower body. Day 3 on Friday, we would focus more on core. And sometimes when we do full body, we basically just mixed it up. So what I would recommend to you is come up with, say, 50 different exercises, upper, lower, core, and you can keep on rotating between them. And spend about 10 minutes doing your resistance training. And then the third component to her program was mobility movement. This is when you're basically moving easily in all planes of motion. You're doing active type stretching, and it's pretty much endless. So if you're watching this video on YouTube, look up YouTube mobility movement. There are thousands of exercises that you can do to increase your flexibility, to become a better mover. Pain-free movement is such a key to maintaining flexibility, to getting rid of pain. And come up with maybe same thing as the resistance training, maybe 50 different movements that you want to work on, and just keep on rotating through that. Also keep in mind, whatever you do first, you're going to have more energy, more concentration, less bored. So you may even want to vary when you do your aerobics, when you do your resistance training, and when you do your mobility work. For example, maybe on day 1 you want to do your resistance training first. Maybe day 2 you want to do hit your cardio training first. Maybe day 3, you want to do your mobility movement first. And this is what makes the workout not boring and pretty interesting. It keeps you motivated and getting results. Now let's talk about diet. She even said to me, Mike, you know, I look at your Instagram page and you seem to be eating the same foods over and over again. I said, I really can't do it. I said, okay, I understand that, but let's still stick to some basic concepts that you're going to do. She did want to do intermittent fasting. That's one of the reasons why she came to me. And I love intermittent fasting. I think it's a great way to improve your health, to burn body fat, to keep insulin levels low. There's so many amazing benefits to intermittent fasting. So I told her I want you to do a different intermittent fasting strategy every single day. It's going to make it interesting to you. So maybe day 1 you may do the classic 16-8. You fast for 16 hours, taking all your calories in an 8-hour eating window. Day 2 you might do a 20-hour fast, taking all your calories within a 4-hour eating window. Day 3 you may not fast at all. You may eat 3 meals a day. Day 5 you may do a 24-hour fast. You're going to fast all day, just drink mineral water, black coffee, herbal tea. Day 6, you may do an 18-hour fast with a 6-hour eating window, only eating 2 meals a day. So 18-6 MAD, right? Day 7, you may do an OMAD. You might fast all day, taking all your calories in a 1 and 2 hour eating window. So we pretty much gave her a different intermittent fasting strategy every day, where she said, you know, Mike, that sounds interesting to me. I think I'll enjoy doing that. And when it came to the foods, I said, you know what? You can eat whatever you want, as long as you're not eating garbage processed food. And my favorite diet, as you know, is that low-carb, whole natural food diet. She didn't want to count calories. You know, she didn't want to be looking foods up. She didn't want to use like MyFitnessPal, which I would love her to do. She didn't want to track her foods, track her calories. And I said to her, you know what good foods are. Most people do. No cookies, no cakes, no chips, no processed foods. Eat what you want. Stick to this intermittent fasting strategy, because that's going to keep you in a calorie restricted state most days. Not every day. You're going to be cycling your calories automatically from following these intermittent fasting strategies. For example, on a day when you're not fasting, you'll be eating more, right? On the day when you're doing a 20-hour fast, you're going to be eating less. So you're going to be in a calorie deficit, and you're also going to be cycling your calories. So you can kind of eat whole natural foods, whatever you want, as long as you stick to an intermittent fasting strategy. I said, you know, Mike, I'm going to do that. And I got to say, this worked out really well for her. She actually trained with me for a couple of years. I mean, maybe like a year and a half, and then the pandemic came and got a little bit messed up, and I haven't heard from her since. But a lot of people always come back to me. Hopefully she'll give me a call in the next few months, and we'll get back to training again. So if you're the type that gets bored easily with exercise and with diet, let's review what you should do. First of all, keep your workouts relatively short, anywhere between 10 to 30 minutes. Focus on like 3 different components to your workout. Do something aerobic, do something resistance training, and do something for flexibility and mobility. Okay? When it comes to your diet, try intermittent fasting. Vary your intermittent fasting strategies from day to day. Do an 18-hour fast one day, the next day do a 20-hour fast, the next day don't fast at all. You're going to be cycling your calories, it's going to be interesting, it's going to be fun. And then stick to a whole natural food diet. Eliminate the junk food, eat whole natural foods. Now, if you want to learn more about intermittent fasting, I have a much more detailed video about it. Check it out. I think you'll find it really helpful.